What's up, guys? This is TheKephas. Welcome to Class Course, where we take a brief look at a specific class specialization from World of Warcraft and break down their core rotation. So if you're a beginner, or you're simply not familiar with how to play a particular class, then you've come to the right place. Today I'm here to help get you started with the basics of playing an Unholy Death Knight in Shadowlands. For Unholy Death Knights, it's basically about being as gross as possible. Allow me to explain. First off, make sure that your ghoul is summoned and fighting alongside you at all times. While you're fighting, you'll want to make sure that you use Dark Transformation on cooldown to empower your ghoul for a short time. Now, let's go over how you'll be using your runes. Your main priority will be to spend one of your runes on Outbreak. This ability will apply a disease called Virulent Plague. This disease will deal damage to your target over a short duration, so you want to make sure that you use Outbreak just enough to keep up this disease. As long as Virulent Plague is active, you can spend 2 runes on Festering Strike. This will cause 2 to 3 festering wounds to appear on your target. You can pop these festering wounds by spending 1 rune on Scourge Strike. When a festering wound is popped, it deals extra damage and generates runic power. You can apply up to 6 festering wounds on your target with Festering Strike. But generally speaking, you want to switch over to using Scourge Strike as soon as any festering wounds have been applied. The only exception to this rule is whenever you want to use Apocalypse. This ability doesn't cost any runes, but it does have a relatively long cooldown. Apocalypse can pop up to 4 festering wounds, and for each wound that is popped, a ghoul will be summoned that will fight alongside you for a short time. So you want to try and use Apocalypse whenever it's off cooldown. But you also want to make sure that you have at least 4 festering wounds on the target whenever you use it, to maximize its effectiveness. So in other words, whenever Apocalypse is available, make sure that you are using Festering Strike enough to build up at least 4 festering wounds. Now, while you're popping all these festering wounds, you'll be generating runic power. You can spend runic power on Death Coil. Generally, you'll be using this ability whenever you have nothing else to do. However, if you're about to max out on your runic power, Death Coil becomes a higher priority to make sure that you're not overcapping it. On top of that, your auto attacks have a chance to activate Sudden Doom. Whenever Sudden Doom is activated, your next Death Coil is free. So you want to make sure that you use Death Coil as soon as Sudden Doom is activated. Now, whenever you're fighting multiple targets, you'll want to spend your runic power on Epidemic instead of Death Coil. And keep in mind that Epidemic also benefits from Sudden Doom. You can also start using Death and Decay on cooldown. This will allow you to place a damaging area on the ground for a short duration at the cost of 1 rune. And last up, let's go over your main offensive cooldown, Army of the Dead. At the cost of 1 rune, you will be able to summon an army of undead minions that will fight alongside you for a short duration. However, Army of the Dead has an exceptionally long cooldown, so the best way to use it is at the very beginning of a big fight. And that's pretty much everything you need to know about how to play an Unholy Death Knight in Shadowlands. Hopefully this video has helped get you started, but remember, in Shadowlands there are a lot of factors that can have a significant impact on your class. Things like talents, gear stats, conduits, covenants, and other factors can change up your rotation. So if you would like to delve deeper and learn even more about your class, then I recommend checking out the class Discords, and I will provide a link to them in the description below. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button, and feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. And if you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook, and if you'd like, you can support my work on Patreon. Links to all that stuff can be found in the description below. This is TheKephas. Until next time.